When your car makes clunking noises during acceleration, the drivetrain is often the culprit. We'll examine the four main drivetrain components that cause these sounds. CV joints, or constant velocity joints, are the most common source of clunking during acceleration. Inner CV joints typically clunk during initial acceleration from a stop or at low speeds. Motor mounts secure the engine and transmission while dampening vibrations. When they fail due to rubber deterioration or hydraulic fluid leaks, they create clunking sounds, especially when accelerating from idle. Transmission problems vary by type. Automatic transmissions may have worn bands or clutches. Manual transmissions can develop worn synchronizers or input shaft bearings. CVT transmissions may suffer from belt or chain wear. Finally, differential problems like worn ring and pinion gears can create clunking noises. The differential allows wheels to rotate at different speeds during turns, and worn components produce metallic clunking sounds during acceleration. These four drivetrain components, CV joints, motor mounts, transmission parts, and differential gears, are the primary sources of clunking noises during acceleration. Proper diagnosis requires systematic inspection of each component. Suspension components are another major source of clunking noises during acceleration. These issues often involve worn mounts, bushings, and stabilizer components that allow excessive movement under load. Strut mounts and shock absorber components are critical suspension elements. The strut mount, or upper bearing plate, allows the strut to rotate during steering while supporting the vehicle's weight. When these components fail, they create distinct clunking sounds during acceleration. Shock absorbers contain internal components like pistons, valves, and hydraulic fluid. When these internal parts wear out, or when the shock absorber bushings deteriorate, they can produce clunking noises, especially during acceleration when suspension loading changes. Control arm bushings are rubber components that isolate the metal control arms from the vehicle frame. Lower control arms bear the primary suspension loads during acceleration, making their bushings particularly susceptible to wear and failure. Stabilizer bar systems, also known as sway bars, help control body roll during cornering. The stabilizer bar, links, and bushings are common failure points that produce clunking sounds over bumps and during acceleration as they allow excessive bar movement. Electric vehicles present unique suspension challenges. The instant torque delivery from electric motors creates different stress patterns on suspension components compared to traditional engines. Additionally, regenerative braking affects suspension loading during deceleration, potentially accelerating component wear. Understanding these suspension-related causes helps mechanics and vehicle owners identify the source of clunking noises during acceleration. Regular inspection of strut mounts, control arm bushings, and stabilizer bar components can prevent more costly repairs and ensure safe vehicle operation.